You've probably been stuck for a while, not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because you were trained to think like an employee. Wait for permission, follow the rules, don't screw up. That mindset, it'll kill your momentum before you ever begin. I know because I've spent 20 years as a firefighter. Service, structure, chain of command. It's literally life or death. But when I tried something on my own, that same conditioning left me stuck in my head, overthinking everything. It took a health crisis and three massive mindset shifts to finally snap me out of it. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Point one, you get clarity by moving, not waiting. For years, I thought clarity would come first, and I just kept journaling and reading books. Oh my God, did I read books? Over preparing, and I just told myself the fear would disappear and then I'd start, right? But the fear, it never disappears. And it's not only that, but you kind of just get stuck in a rut of like, you're thinking you're being productive by reading when you're actually not doing. And then I got sick and I'm stuck in bed. My joints are on fire. I couldn't move. And all that time, I just had all these half finished ideas that I just hadn't started. They're just sitting there in a Google Drive. And that's when I realized, clarity doesn't come from thinking or doing the work as far as like reading books. It comes from actually moving. So for me, the first time I posted anything online, yeah, it's scary, super scary. The first time I filmed like a YouTube video, man, awkward. And it got 8 views. But you know what? I'm proud of those views because they're mine. And it unlocked this path for me. And it started building a muscle, like a muscle memory. Starting a business is like walking through the fog. You don't wait for it to clear. You just start walking and then the path just appears in front of you, like under your feet. And that's what you need to do. Movement is key. My daughter, Chloe, she's in club soccer now, getting really into soccer. And she's practicing this move called the step over, or like a scissor, I think it's called. And, she kept tripping over her own feet and didn't look like a pro, but she just kept doing it. Like 100 tries later, now she can do it. She didn't read books. She didn't watch it on YouTube. She just did it. And that's what you need to do. You need to move. You need to get moving. And that leads me into the second point. That next shift, I stopped trying to be perfect. You need to stop being perfect because perfection is just a form of hiding. We're just hiding behind it. Imperfect action beats a perfect plan every day of the week. I've helped friends launch podcasts and other businesses, and another friend of mine, he's starting YouTube, and I'm helping him do that. And this whole time, I have all my ideas in a Google Drive, and I'll get to them, when I have time. But it's just an excuse. You're scared because you think you're not going to be good enough. You don't build a wall by thinking about bricks. You build it brick by brick, laying them badly if you need to, but then do another one. Even if that's bad, it doesn't matter. Build brick by brick. The only difference between me and the people who started, they laid their first ugly brick. And I had my brick in my hand and I'm just polishing it because I wanted it to be perfect. You just need to jump in with both feet. When I finally filmed my first YouTube video, I didn't really like how it all looked. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how my voice sounded, but I did it anyways. And that small amount of momentum gave me the courage to post again and again and again and again. And now it's just a muscle. And it just gets to a point where, practice makes perfect, right? If you want help figuring out what kind of business you could maybe build from your own life, grab my free Passionaire Clarity Map. It's in the link below, and it walks you through step by step. And the final point is your work, your business, whatever that is, it isn't for everyone. And that's the point. And this one might have took me the longest to learn. I was worried what people would think. What if someone judges this? What if I sound stupid? But here's the truth. Your work isn't supposed to be for everyone. It's supposed to be for the people who need it. Just like your business, it's supposed to, like, it isn't for everyone. We're not building Apple. It's supposed to be for the people who need it. And that's how you get started. We're not building a shopping mall here. We're building a lighthouse. Some people will sail toward it, others won't. And that's how you know it's honest. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's aligned. As a firefighter, we're trained to follow orders, obviously. Stay in the system. Don't stand out. And that mindset, it made it harder for me to own my own voice because you're just a cog in a wheel. And I had to learn that employee mindset. And I had to start acting like a builder, like a creator. Someone that's aligned in the business they want to create. And it takes courage. But these 3 points, they're going to make it easier for you. So to recap, here's what changed everything for me. Number 1, clarity comes after motion, not before. Clarity comes after motion, not before. 2, imperfect action is better than a perfect plan. You got to get moving. You absolutely have to get moving. And the 3rd point, if everyone likes it, you're probably not being real. You're probably not being real with yourself, and you're probably not being real with your clients. You don't need a new plan. You don't need to be more polished. You don't need to read more books. What you need right now in this moment is you need momentum. And once you start walking, you're going to stop feeling stuck. You're not broken. You're just on pause right now, and that's okay. But this is the moment that all that ends. If this hit home with you and you're ready to actually build something from your own story, go watch my last video, how to start a business with no money, no idea, and no experience. It's packed with 3 tactical ways to take what you've lived and turn it into your first small win.